In our country there are few schools, especially in the countryside.
It's quite obvious that how education is so vital for a better future.
Education means it's a key for any development. Any solution is without education is nothing. So education is the key for development of one country. Claire is very close to me, so I love him. I love her.
Thank you.
I'm proud of her. Thank you.
I came back here 5 years ago and I met Bisrat, and he spoke beautiful English. I said, why are you so educated and so well spoken and so organised when the other people here are not? Where did you learn English? He said, here in Mekkali. And I said, but why is everyone else not so educated? And he said, because I was sponsored by A-CET. I was selling matchsticks and cigarettes on the street, and Mr. David found me and said, you stop selling cigarettes, I will give you the money so you can go to school.
My name is Bisrat Mesfin, and my job is I am the chairman and manager for A-CET, the Ethiopian Youth Educational Support. A-CET is a UK registered charity, and A-CET is the Ethiopian registered charity. And we A-CET are the implementing national partner for A-CET.
A-CET is important because A-CET is working in the area of education. It is supporting children which do not have access to education.
A-CET's a very unique charity in as much as when you give the money, over 90% goes directly to the schools. And nothing is spent in Britain or Europe. Everything is sent directly to Ethiopia and used on the schools. By having a new school, it'll give them the key to the future so they can stand on their own 2 feet. For instance, Desta here. You want to be a teacher? So she'll be able to start teaching hundreds of children. I mean, they didn't have the possibility of having a proper school 10 years ago. So this is a great potential for them.
They used to learn in like shed, with trees, and they hadn't like proper class. But now they have full with ceiling, floor nice blackboard. Everything is complete. This is a big job. It makes it different from other charity.
We don't just come here. We come here because the Bureau of Education have given us a number of options. So we choose the site of the school dependent on the commitment of the community and the calibre of the teachers. And then before we start building the school, we are assured by the government that it will provide sufficient trained diploma level, certificate level, and in some cases degree level teachers to teach. So once we've finished the school, it's self-sufficient from day one. We hand over the school to the community, who maintain it and keep it secure, and the government provide the teachers.
And we have a very strong link with the government authorities and with the local communities as well. 93% of the donation goes to the activities and the project work. We don't spend money for administration costs or running costs. We only have one car, one vehicle, and it took us 8 years to get that car.
A-CET has helped the Hagere Selam community improve their school from a few shacks to now a 10 classroom block capable of taking 500 students in comfortable, cool, airy classrooms with desks. we do is help them build better quality buildings so they can learn in a more comfortable environment. And because the community are involved in the building, it's their school and they have an ownership of the school and they're happy to let their youngsters attend here.
It's actually a beautiful building. I mean, you look at the stonework, and you know, on this trip I've been to about 10 things that we're involved with, but this is the most beautifully built thing, and probably the most modern in its facilities, and you know, in the whole structure of the school and the results they're getting. You know, which is the end thing. It doesn't, in the end, matter about the building, but there's such an intense pride in the community for what they've achieved. Like I said of that thing, money's nothing. I mean, you know, how much did it cost? But the pride, you know, and giving them a sense, especially for the parents, you know, right, we're going somewhere finally, you know, we're taking off.
The only restricting thing we have is funds. There's hundreds and hundreds of villages with inadequate schools. We, following the Bureau of Education design and with local staff and local contractors and local materials, we can build as many schools like this as we get money for.
Well, A-CET is one of the, you know, the NGOs we support, and we really go through it clearly. After 25 years, we know where we're at, and we, you know, there's some that do it, and there's some that just can't. A-CET is one of the ones that do it.
There are many different NGOs, but this is the right one of the right one. There are good NGOs. So it's one of them, I think, as I can witness as the Human Rights Commissioner.
It integrates children who have no parents, so it helps them to live with the community, to engage in productive activities and to be self-reliant. So it is helping children to get access to education, since education is a key to solve any problem.
A-CET doing for me in my study is paying for the private college money monthly, and they give me scholarship, and they give me a lovely room, they rent for me, and they give me a love and shelter and all materials.
I want to be a nurse.
I'm learning information system.
My department, Natural Resource Economics Management, second year in Mekelle University.
I'm a medical student in Mekelle University School of Medicine.
I'm studying information technology. It's a private college.
I want to work in international, to be international lawyer.
This year is a graduate.
I graduated in electrician technology last year. I got my first degree, so I'm really happy at this time.
120 of our students, boys and girls, has been graduating in different levels, certificates, diplomas and degrees. And after graduation and within 6 months, they are employed or self-employed. And some are like judge in a court, and some have their own business like Gurmai, and some are already recruited in a clinic like Tsaga. So they talk about A-CET, how their life is changed. And you know, when you are educated, of course, your self-confidence also grows.
I always keep in touch with A-CET. My dream is to help A-CET forever.
A-CET works for my country.
We Ethiopians are very strong. We can make difference, and we can coordinate. If it is our donors are continue their donating.
Yeah, if there is more money for A-CET, building classes is very important in villages, because there are a lot of youngsters that are not learning. So in order to learn them, building classes not far from their village is very important.
Give your money with full of confidence, because it is suspended in a good thing. It is helping us to develop our country and world. Thank you.
It is working. The help support of A-CET is really changing the life of children. I have seen that myself. Yes.
Everything, it is everything for me.
It doesn't cost a lot to transform this type of community. Just a few £1,000s will change the life of all these children here.
We need your money, all right? Start with £20. £20 will buy a double desk set for 2 or 3 children, or buy a classroom, £7,000, or build a whole school like this for up to 500, 600 children, £75,000. We need your help. The more money we get, the more we can do. And the more we do, the more we realise there is to do.
You can speak to me. You can speak to me. For Ethiopia. English for Ethiopia. English for Ethiopia. I can speak to you. You can speak to me. I can speak to you. You can speak to me.